My name's Dave Davidson, and bike body separation is a great way to start cornering, but it's an awesome way to stay stuck if you don't progress through these advanced levels I'm going to show you in this video. All right, so what in the world am I talking about? So first of all, for those of you that don't know, bike body separation is a term we use to explain taking our movement and moving the bike in a different way than we're moving our body. So for example, we might twist on the bike, or we might lean the bike with respect to the body and make them different. Why we do this is so that we can shape the body for things like corners and drops and jumps and things like that. But I talk to riders all the time and they tell me, yeah, I've been practicing this for 9 years and I've been stuck. And I go, okay, this takes about a weekend to learn. And the reason why is because if you just practice bike body separation, you're ultimately focusing on a skeleton move. A skeleton move is something that you can measure, you can look at, so it's easy to see, okay, I did my bike body separation. There's two problems with that. If you have been stuck for more than a few weeks, then you probably aren't doing what you feel like you're doing. Okay, so in other words, you think you're doing bike body separation, but really you're kind of doing something else. And the other thing that's a problem is that if you just practice bike body separation and you're noticing, hey, I'm still not getting better at cornering or whatever, then ultimately what it means is that you're probably forcing the move, using the wrong muscles, or you are using a less efficient or less refined type of the motion. I'm going to show you how to break that down right now in this video today, so let's do it. Now I've got a complete other episode where I break down everything with the hips down, and today we're going to focus on everything above the hips with our bike body separation. All right, what you need to do to achieve real bike body separation for a more like intermediate advanced level is you need to do something I call getting the shoulder out of the way. And it's literally what it says there. Now, if you watch this rider, me in slow motion, coming down the turn, I want you to pay close attention to the rider's front foot. The front foot indicates the forces that we're able to contend with forward. This doesn't just help us only when we're going over rocks and roots. This also matters when we're doing a berm or if we're doing a flat turn. We need to be able to handle the force that comes at us when we turn, because when we're turning, our body wants to keep going straight and the turn takes us, and there's part of those forces that are coming our way. You have to contend with those. Otherwise, you're going to run into stiff riding. You're going to feel like this on the bike where if you're turning right, the entire left side of your body feels like you're trying to get closer with it to try to tip the bike over. You may get some bike body separation, but as soon as you go as far as you can here, you're going to be leaning away from the turn with this shoulder, and ultimately you're going to be blocking yourself from opening up into the turn and letting the bike shape around. So obviously, if you want to see more about the footwork, go click on the other episode. I break it down. I got 4 parking lot drills. You're going to love them. But man, if you guys are stuck, I really want to talk to you specifically now. If you're stuck, it sucks. It really, really sucks to be stuck in these skills because, hey, you spent $4, $5, $6, $10,000 on your last bike. And then you look over and you see, okay, I've actually got like 7 bikes. And I've got a bike rack, and I got the muck off stuff, and I've got the tools. I bought a place in Whistler, and then you realize you're pretty invested in the sport, but you don't really know how to ride your bike as best as you can. Pay close attention because the devil's in the details here. When we look closely at the shoulder, if we block the turn, a left turn like this with the shoulder, if you block the turn with your shoulder, then it's going to restrict everything else from working, even if you get your footwork right, even if you get your hip work right, even if you point your hips in the right direction and you look where you need to go. If this shoulder is blocking you, it's going to lock your motion between your elbow and your bars, ultimately making it where you have to ride stiff. So you've got to find a way to get rid of this habit. The best way to do this that I found is to start in a stacked position. In other words, we want to have our feet like this, pressing away on the pedals. We want to have our knees in a triangle shape, not with the front knee way out in front. And when we got our triangle shape right here, gravity pushes into our pedals and it creates stability. Then what we need to do is we need to have the hips stacked on top of all of this, and then we need to hinge it over. Once we've got the hips hinged over, we need to practice opening up the shoulder while on the bike. You can do this, I mean, you can do this like this, just moving on the bike. And guys, like, we need to have a talk because the majority of my riders, you guys, 40, 50 years old, 55, 60, the bell curve is huge. Dudes who are 45 to 55. You have not seen yourself ride. Even if someone has shown you a video of what you're doing while you're riding, they probably haven't broken down the body mechanics of what you're doing right and what you need to do to improve.
The personal training that I've had, you send in video of yourself, and to have that feedback, that's really worked well for me.
This looks really easy and you're not gonna do it, you're gonna skip it, okay? So if you want my help, if you want that accountability, I want you to apply below to the Athlete Accelerator right now. We have about 4 to 5 slots open every single month. We pair you with an expert mentor. These guys coach Olympians and World Cup athletes. We fix whatever problem's holding you back, that stiff riding, that panic braking. We fix it once and for all, and it's guaranteed. So apply below if you want that one-to-one mentorship with us. We can fix your body and the technique on the bike, and we do them simultaneously. So do it now. But if you're trying to do this and you don't want to apply and you just want to watch the channel, totally fine. I'm going to show you my very best idea for how to do this for absolutely free. And that is, you're going to need to get on a downhill road like this one. And you're going to need to ride kind of in a straight line, all right? And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drift the bike to the left and the right. Now, the tendency is for us to steer the bike like this, okay? And you're going to watch the bike go around in front of you. Sorry, Mr. Bush. And when you see the bike doing this and it's moving away from you, you need to do the opposite of that. So as we're turning the bike, we need to go like this and then have the bike follow. So eyes, shoulders, and then bike. Just practice doing this, a nice gentle turn back and forth, and then add some speed slowly. In other words, turn the bike left a little faster and a little right faster. Eventually you're gonna get to where you're on the bike and you're doing this. Now, if we slow this down, watch what my shoulder does here to here to here. What we're doing is we're creating kind of like one of those toy snakes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one. I'm not gonna put one on the screen. It's weird. But it's like, have you ever seen one of those toy snakes? We're making that toy snake shape with our head, then our shoulders, then our hips. So I'm looking, and looking with the whole body. And the tire follows the head, the shoulders, and then down. That's so important because it keeps us from blocking the turn and trying to go this way, or blocking the turn and trying to go this way. This shoulder, we gotta get it out of the way. And if you do this, I swear your cornering will improve. You'll have a lot of fun. And so go and give this a try. Like this episode if you like it, share it with some friends. And if you watched to the end here, thank you. You're part of it. You're one of us. We're on a mission to solve the progression problem. My name is Dave Davidson, and we're here to do it through restoring athleticism. See you in the next one. Thanks.